one issue that I was getting. Okay, so I've not resolved the issue in the STO. So you guys might remember when Prashun came in. So we had designed this STO config, right? In the previous sessions, we had this document, intra STO document that I prepared. And so we mapped all this configuration, and then we used this material type for the sales org one, general plant, and all these were needed to be maintained. So let's go check. So what I was doing was this plant we have, alpha plant. Alpha plant is a supplying plant. As I explained in the previous session, supplying plant is a plant that will supply your materials to the buyer. Okay, so this is our ALP2, alpha 2 plant. Okay, so when I am pressing enter, I filled all the details. Okay, I filled all the details. When I'm
Your
pressing,
screen is not visible, Rahman.
okay, you could have told me sooner. 1 second.
Yeah.
Now it's fine, right? It's visible, right?
No. Yeah, now it's fine. Yeah.
Okay. So in the last session, 1 second, where is that? In the last session, we saw this, right? We saw that who will ask for STO? The supplying plant will give us the STO in SD module. For the document type UB, we'll get 641 movement type against 101, and the document type will be NL. Then we will need to make a purchase order. Then we'll make SD movements. So what is happening with me is, okay, this is our MMSD part. So we needed to create one STO. So for that, we needed to define shipping data, set up STO for MM, and then we need to put a shipping, all the shipping conditions we need to map for the receiving plant. So what was happening with me was that, 1 second. Okay, so when I use the supplying plant as alpha, so this is my customer. Right now I cannot go in here. 1 second, /show BP. Sorry, BP. BP is my ALPL. Alpha will be there, my supplying plant. So supplying plant will have what? Our customer related views. Sorry, our buyer related views. Okay. This is our supplying plant. This is my supplier. I'll go to company code. Everything is same. Okay, I'll go to supplier. Supplier is also same. Just in the vendor general data, we need to maintain this this. 1 second. Okay, we can maintain plant, or we can leave it blank also. If it is blank, it will not be plant specific. Otherwise, we can maintain that this vendor will only be relevant to one plant, just that. Okay, so this is our sub ranges, vendor sub ranges. This is our plant relevance, that this is only specific to one plant. Then when we maintain a plant, it will work for the same plant only. So that was not a mandatory field. So what I did was I created a number ranges. I created supplier. Okay. So after creating supplier alpha, ALPL was my supplying plant, and this is my customer. So customer is needed to be created to your customer roles. So what I did was I went here in the customer BP. I went to FI customer. In FI customer company code data, I need to maintain company code and all the details, relevant details. Then in then in SD sales customer, we needed to map all this distribution channel AL and division AL, and this is ALSO. So everything was already mapped, right? Every details of shipping point like alpha, everything was already mapped. So this configuration I already set up. Then in MM, we needed to set up MM STO. Okay, under OLME, we need to set up STO for this purchase orders. If you don't do that, if you don't map this, what will happen? Our shipping data will not occur. So as I told you guys before, second, okay. So what is happening with me when I'm clicking on check? I filled this supplying plant. I filled this everything. Document type is also there. Material is also there, and I have filled all the quantities also. When I'm pressing enter, this error is coming. Okay, so this error might be because of the customer number does not exist for the plant. So I've mapped the customer number, so this cannot happen. Then the material master record, I've used the previous material master, so this also cannot happen. I maintain the sales week also. So the date of sales, distribution, organization, channel might be missing on the supplying plant. One second. I haven't checked Sheena. She's not here, right? She's not here. So give me 1 second. Okay. So in this can happen, like the sales or the distribution channel. The dates on this might be missing in the supplying plan. Okay, now let me take another attendance. Otherwise, okay, Sheena didn't came in, right? Yes. Okay, we need to check dates, sales organization dates, this distribution division dates. But what is happening with me is that I'm not getting this material. For this material, there is no shipping data. I tried to create another material. So that material is this. For STO, I created a separate material, STO material in MM. So this is also not getting determined. So what you need to do in materials is second /n mm0. I'm showing you this error. This session is exactly the same of previous session. We'll only check the config why it is not coming. Okay, so I asked Mayur also, and one other mentor is there, Yati. So I asked both of them. They said the config is fine. Still, we'll check it once again with Prashun also. So I needed to check this sales data. So what happens in sales data is we'll not get what we are looking for, and just if we only maintain our basic data, we'll not get it. What we have mapped. Okay, so we need this mapping to be correct. The distribution channel, sales and division, and sales org. Okay, so I'll go put location. So you can see division is AL. Tax classification, this is also important. If I don't put taxes, right, what will happen? It will not come. Every taxes needed to maintain. Then in sales or two, we need to maintain this norm only. So this is standard item norm. Then here, this loading group, transport group is important. This is standard. I use standard only. So 001 is mapped everywhere. Just this, and we need this. Let's say accounting. So in accounting, we needed to map valuation class. That's all. Nothing else. So this material is also fine, but with this material, what is happening? We need to create it for ALP LP2. ALP2 store location is also not there. Okay, let's select everything. Sales org, alpha. So everything is mapped actually. There's no issue with the configurations. Right. So we checked this material also, but this is not working. 001. So even if we put any item, it is not going to take. Why? Because this material has 4 reasons. We might not have okay money. Okay, we might not have the basic data like the shipping data mapped. So we'll go in the SPRO. We'll check once again what is missing. Slash an SPRO. So what all 4 things were there. Let's go check the issue. So every time you'll get the issue, you can go shipping data not possible to add. Okay, fine. Fashion. I think the performance assistance is already open. Okay, so we were getting all these. So we checked customer number is existing for the plant. This is flag for this is not flag for deletion, and then we need to check the date. So and customer number. Okay, customer number for the plant does not exist. So one second, I need to show you the mapping of customer number. So SPRO. Okay, then for customer number, we need OLME purchasing. Under this POs, then set up stock transfer order. Under STO, set up stock transport order. Under this, we have defined shipping data for plants. Okay. So this first customer number does not exist for plant means our plant doesn't have the customer number. So we'll go to ALPL. So this is our supplying plant. So supplying plant will never ever have a customer number. First thing. Okay. So this option is ruled out. You can also check F1. So when you check F1, customer number is assigned for the purpose of STOs only. This is done on the customer side. Okay, so only the plant that is going to receive, that is ALP2 is going to receive. We'll do it on the customer side. We'll not do it on the plant. Okay, so let's go check if our customer has it. So go back, customer Alpha 2. Alpha 2 is our customer. This is ALSO, AL, and Alpha division. So we have maintained first, second. Now let's go check our sales and distribution division, etc. All these are needed to be done, and the shipping point. So I'll go check the shipping point first because it's near. Okay, ability check. So first we'll go. We need to check if this is ticked or not. Okay, so this is our UB. So UB is for our document type, that is STO, standard document type STO. Then we have one-step procedure. So one-step procedure, if it is ticked, it will go in one step. Otherwise, you want two-step. Two-step means this 641 or okay. So you need to do the receipt on the other location. If you do one step, it will only happen in one transition only. There will be no receipt of stock. Everything will automatically be there. So we'll not use one step. And this is under delivery tolerance that we already saw. Okay, so today we are only checking this error handling, how to check this. Then this is our determine configure delivery type and shipping point. Okay, so we'll check if our document type UB is mapped correctly with Alpha plant. So this is our supplying plant Alpha. This is our UB document type with the delivery type NL. NL is our delivery type. That means replenish the inventory. If it is NLCC, if it is going to be NLCC, then under NLCC is that. Okay, so this is cross company. Cross company means we'll do with SD module, and it will happen for cross company. So this is replenish delivery for same company, different plants. This is for different company, different plants. Okay, then we have checking rule, which is a standard checking rule. You should not check this scheduled delivery or route delivery. This is the standard config that is maintained. So we did everything in the last time only. Yeah, previous session. Okay, these all are not required. Okay, This last is not required. Then, okay. So we are done with this node of STO, setup STO. And let's close this, close purchase order, close purchasing. Now, what we were checking was last time under logistics execution, LE, we have shipping. Under shipping, we have basic shipping functions. Then under basic shipping functions, we have shipping point determination. Then under determination, we have shipping conditions. So this was one of the. It is not possible to define the shipping point. So this can be a reason due to our shipping conditions. So we'll check the shipping conditions. Just give me 1 second. Okay, fine. Let's continue. So under this, we have 0, 1 as standard shipping conditions. I've also written the same in the shipping condition as 0, 1 assignments. So I'll also make sure to get you a brief look at what we discussed yesterday. Okay, so shipping condition, then define shipping condition for sales document type. Okay, so these are standard only. Everyone has used standard only. So we'll not go into sales document. We'll use the standard sales only. Right now, our issue is with the PO. So if we have any issues with the sales, we'll check. But right now, we don't have any issues with this. Okay, then define loading groups. Okay, so this is 0001 that is maintained in the material master itself. So this is the linkage with the material master. Okay, sign shipping points. So under this is the proposed shipping point. Let's go check. Shipping condition as 01, loading group as 0001, plant as ALPL. ALPL is our supplying plant. So this is already maintained, right? So when this shipping condition is maintained, loading group is maintained, it should come. It is not occurring. It is not happening for our plant, right? So who will ship? Are the person, the plant that is ship that has the supply will ship. Okay, so you can see assign shipping point for each plant. You can allocate shipping points or shipping conditions based on the loading groups. You can allocate different plant and define plants before this. Okay, everything should be there. So you can map it here with the individual plants, and in case you need, then you can maintain in the column that is the proposed shipping point. So if you don't maintain the proposed shipping point, the system will take any default entries. Okay, any standard or default entries they will take. So that is why we need to maintain the shipping points. Okay, so this will come in the sales part also, that which shipping is taken. So we need shipping tab for this proposed shipping point. Okay, this LE node is also completed. Now only one node is left for this. So we checked shipping points, we checked Blackboard deletion, material master, and customer number. Now this third point, sales or distribution channel and division, is left. So if you guys have watched the previous recordings, so I told I told about the assignments. Every assignment was done. So we assigned alpha sales org, alpha division, and alpha distribution channel, and alpha shipping point. So we'll go check, and then we'll check the assignments also. So in the last session, I was giving the session from the PDF. Let's go back. Okay. So in the enterprise structure, we have definitions and we have assignments. So first we'll go and check this logistics general, that what is needed to be assigned. So we have divisions, right? You know material master. 1 second, let me show you the material master also. Okay, /n02. So in the material master, skip. Okay, this is division, right? how does division comes? It is mapped in here. Okay, you have variation levels, plant, then location, then division. Okay, so this location is a entity in the PM module. That is where is the work happening. So this is for PM. This is for the material master division. So which division actually is performing the work? Okay, so we'll go check division. Now, right now we don't have to define. We'll go structure. I think or object or what? No. This is project. So, okay, this is open. Sorry, my bad. Currently, we have this. 1 second. I'm not sure why it is. Let's go to define only. We'll check there. So we have our division as AL. So you can see it is AL for alpha division. So this one division is mapped, right? Now logistics general is done. We'll go to sales and we'll go to LE. This is the only definition that was happening in here. Then we'll go to sales. Under sales, we have sales org. Okay, we'll go define. Under sales, we have ALSO as our sales org. It is also mapped. Here we have nothing. We don't have to map anything. Okay, so this is ALE. So ALE happens. This is a separate topic. ALE happens when you want to transfer the data of SAP to another system and get the data from another system to SAP. So this is a third-party system. Like you might have heard about a software called Odoo. Odoo is a ERP software. So the small MSME companies, medium, small, micro enterprises, these companies use softwares, right? Odoo and all. So when they become big, when they try to implement ERP or any other software, so they'll use some terminology called ALE. So this ALE will be defined for purchase order under the sales order. So what they'll do is whenever they will make a sales, it will get reflected on that third party software, and the data that whatever the customer or the consumer will fill will come back to SAP ERP. Okay, so this is related to ALE. And this detailed information, it is not required. Okay, let's go back. So alpha is done. Then we'll go check distribution channel. We'll go define. So AL. So under AL we have alpha distribution channel. So this part is also distribution channel. Division is done. ALSO is done. Shipping point alpha. ALFA is left. We'll go to LE. We'll go to shipping point. ALFA. Okay, so shipping point is also there. Oh, my bad. 1 second. Okay, so we don't need to define anything. Just all this is standard data. I haven't done anything. I've copied and made one separate data. Then this is loading point. Shipping point, loading point. It's 0001. This is the standard loading point 01. We'll not do anything in here. Okay, let's close all this definition. We'll go to assignments. So currently we did this is general assignment. What we did, we made the plant and the sales plant with the business area. Okay, so this 1 second. Okay, this is already there. So go back, not this one. Assign business area to plant. So we'll go to plant. We have our plant ALPL division as AL. So this mapping is need to be done. This is a business area, alpha business area. This business area will be given by the FI team. Okay, so we have a division alpha. This business area will be done. This is a org unit determination for business area. This will help in the invoice. Okay, so in invoice you get the business area to be filled. This will help only in the invoices. It is not helping in the this issue. This is one thing that I left in the previous session, and this is valuation area and division. It will be same for that division AL. 1 second. Okay, it will be same for that. Okay, alpha ALBA. This is alpha business area. It was already mapped. I didn't change the config. Okay, the plan to company code. This assignment was already there. We already saw plan to company code. I'm not opening it. Let's go to SD. So under SD, assign sales or to company code. Okay, we'll go sales org is our ALSO. We saw this also. ALSO with our company code is ALFA. This is their distribution channel. This is also there. Then come distribution, so division to sales org. LSO AL. Everything that we did in the previous session is still there, but still we are getting the area issue. Okay, so then assign sales area to office. So why we need a sales office? This might happen in the case when you have a plant just for the purpose of sales. Okay, I'm not sure what office was there, but let's go. Okay, so office is also sales ALSO. So this might happen in the case when we have a single division that is sitting in a department of sales that is located at a different place. So this sales office is needed to be set up with respect to a division and the distribution channel. So this is one assignment that SD people will do. This all is SD part. So right now we are facing due to SD module issue in this STO part. So you might not remember all this, but it will be fine because SD module will give you the STO configuration. They'll preset it. It is just us. We only need to create a PO. You know how to create a PO. Okay, so ALSO alpha and ALPL plant. So this is the mapping, complete mapping. Then we have our LE part. This is assign shipping point to plant. This is the last config that we can check. ALPL. So this ALPL also has ALFA shipping point. So whatever we mapped in the previous session is working 100% fine. Everything is mapped. Even the BPs are mapped. STOs, LEs, LE part is also mapped. Still, we are getting the error of this error. Not possible to determine shipping area for the material. This. We checked all the 4 errors, right? Okay, 1 second. I think we didn't check the date, right? We didn't check the date. There are no dates. Okay, first thing, there are no dates. So how will you check that? Nice. So sometimes even after doing the proper configuration that is there in the document or that already know, even after the assignments, I already checked the assignment twice. Okay, so when you saw checked, I wrote this checked. I recheck this configuration thrice so that this error will go away. But this error is not getting solved. So I'll take today's night time to solve this and come back tomorrow with a better approach to this issue. I already checked this performance assistance with you guys and before you. It is an error message and we cannot bypass it unless and until we solve this error, right? We need proper configs. Let's go back. So I asked Jeevan, Mayur, and another mentor Yathi for solving this. So they'll help me in this error. But right now, for me, like according to me, this configuration is 100% correct. So they also checked with me only. So I'll give them the raw data, and then we can check again. So this was just the previous sessions what we did. Okay, so after this we'll do VL10B or VL10F. So I'll go with VL10B. After this MMSD STO, we'll create a STO, then we'll go VL10B. After VL10B, we'll put the post push issue, then the movement type 641 will automatically take. Then we need to do 101 for the receiving plant. That's it. It will end the process. Currently, it is not getting resolved in the server because of some issues. I'm not sure why. So this is our plan for tomorrow's session. And then we'll also do, because the config is same for inter and intra STO. So I'll take in billing also, SD billing part. So this billing is what we have in SD. So they will put a Migo. After Migo, they'll post invoice for in the Miro also, and they'll post one invoice in the SD part. So this will create the billing plan. The billing plan is your customer plan that will generate the billing. Okay. So then we'll be dealing with 643 and 645 movement types. Okay, I think that's fine. So this is cross company that we will do in tomorrow's session, and we have rechecked the config. So just PO creation is fine, and this MMSTO will do at last. So this is 351 movement type with 101 at the receiving end. So this is how it starts. It starts with the STO by your the demand of the STO by your receiving plant. The sending plant will create an outbound. They'll do a goods issue 351 movement type. Then the metal will transfer. Then the recipient will do a receipt 351. Then 101 will be there. Then they will end the process. This is a very simple process. It will only take 15-20 minutes. We've already set up STO for STOs, so this will work for MM to MM part. Any doubts you have in the previous session or in today's session? Srina, Guru Raj, Rajkumar. Are you having any doubts?
No, Aman. I also had one question regarding now, like how many more days will this phase 2 take?
Okay, 1 second. I can tell you that I have that Excel, right? You also might have that Excel sheet.
But as it was informed by April 10th, will we be able to finish?
April 10th. I think we will have to take extra sessions also, because a lot of things are needed to be covered. BRF plus, release strategy, flexible workflows, all this is left.
Because now I'm having some time constraint, because now it's become 3.5 hours, right? So
3.5 hours of what?
time. So it was earlier 4.5 hours of difference, India and Germany, and now it has reduced. So I'll be in call. I am unable to join actually every day. So I wanted to check.
Okay, no issues. You can also check the recording, and you can text me on WhatsApp, or you can also text in the group.
Okay, yeah, sure.
That way it will be much better and convenient.
But joining is better rather than recording.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll try anyways. But worst case, I'll just manage something. Yeah.
Okay, that's one thing. They'll not be able to. I think he'll not be able to cover it via 10th, like by 10th. because if we do it in weekends, then only we'll reach near the end, because flexible workflow 3 sessions, this STO is 2 sessions left, tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Then flexible workflow, then release strategy 1 to 2 sessions, then batch management, if it's there, then 1 session for batch management, then one last session will be taken up for output management, the old output management NACE and BRF plus. Then I think 1 or 2 sessions extra for your as is to be this phases of this implementation projects and the experience sharing. Then mock interviews will be there.
Is it possible to shift 1 hour earlier the classes?
I'm not sure. You need to ask everyone.
I know
like,
it's not may
if,
not
if
be
everyone
convenient
agrees,
for
then it's fine. Because I have no issues with the time.
Okay.
So 8:30 for me, it's much better than 9:30 to 10:30, because I skip my dinner. That's why 8:30 is much better. If you want, you can
Okay,
talk to Mayur or Prashun for that.
Yeah, I'll check with them if possible. Then I don't know if it's convenient for everyone, but I can just ask.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So if you have no issues, we can wind up. Or if you want me to ask some questions from the previous sessions, we can ask this Q&A, little Q&A.
I will have to actually drop the call, so
Sure, Shinu.
you can check
No,
with Guru Raj and Rajkumar. Yeah,
Guru
sure.
Raj and Rajkumar. Can I ask you questions from the previous sessions?
Yeah, man, but I need to practice. Like in the first phase, I completed something, but I need to do like pricing procedure, like invoice planning. This thing I need to do. But anyway, it's fine. You can ask question. It's fine.
Correct. So it's an open question. Whoever feels like can unmute themselves and they can tell. Okay. So my first question is, how many columns are there in the pricing procedure? Yeah, Shina, you can talk. How many columns are there in the pricing procedures? M/08, you determine the pricing procedure, access sequence, right? And access sequence columns. Gururaj, you're not audible.
Is it 14?
Can you speak again, Gururaj? I cannot hear you.
Amount, is it 14?
Can you type, Gururaj? Your mic is not proper. I'm not able to hear that. If you have dropped it, can you put it on the chat? It's a one-word question. I will ask one-word questions only. 14. No, wrong. Rajkumar,
17.
13. Yeah,
13,
17.
okay.
17 it is.
Okay.
17 columns in the pricing procedure. So the interview that I gave, they asked me this. The interviewer will ask this. So whenever
Okay.
you make prepare for interviews, you will write some small things like pricing procedures, or this. I have a keyword in my resume. It says attention to detail. Okay, so I need to remember every screen. It is my liability now.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so in material master, what is the change that was introduced for the material master? I gave you one session of SAP S4 HANA. What changes were there from ECC and S4? What was the one change that is in the material master? One word answer.
Like material number now increased. It's up to 40.
Yeah, it is related to material number MMNR, but I wanted to ask
Okay.
from the material
In
master only.
Okay, in material master.
Okay, I'll answer you. So backflushing was introduced, and this one more change in the valuation class. So now you have 3 valuation classes. Okay, and ML is already active. Material ledger. the tick in the metal ledger is permanently active. You cannot
Okay.
deactivate it.
Yeah.
Okay, so these are 3 changes that I remember. Then the next question is from business partners. So let's say I tick, there is a one small configuration of tick in the BP. I'm not talking about vendor account groups or anything. I'm talking about the BP grouping configuration. In the BP grouping, you have one tick of flexible group. So what does flexible grouping indicates? What does it signify? It's a one word. You have 2 columns in the BP grouping. One is same numbers, same NOS, and flexible flex.grp or flexible grouping. What does flexible grouping means? You need to read those PDF that I sent, and a lot more than that. You need to go to the recordings. So that flexible grouping means the grouping that the grouping that you are taking in the vendor account group and all, you can change. Okay, you can change those grouping. If you don't put this flexible grouping, it will be freezed. So I even showed you one diagram of it in the recording, and I told that this can be a good interview question. You can go and check that recording.
Yeah, I remember that you told. Yeah.
Okay. And one more thing in the configuration of BP is, why do we assign vendor to BP and not BP to vendor, not vendor to BP? Why do we assign BP to vendor and not vendor to BP? It's a direction, right? We assign keys. Under the keys node, we have BP to vendor direction and direction vendor to BP. So what's the difference? Why don't we do that? Guru Raj, can you type? Guys, you can also Google, but you will not get that. I answered it in the next session, like after that.
I guess it's
okay. So for the direction vendor to BP, it is used in migration projects. When you migrate from ECC to S4 HANA, you will use vendor to BP. All the vendor accounts you need to map for the BPs. You will use this LTMC or LSMW. You will update. You will put vendor account groups. Those vendor account groups will need it to be extended to the BP. Okay. Then you will use vendor to BP, and when you will use BP to vendor, it will be for S4 HANA only. For the same server, you will use BP to vendor. Okay. So one configuration question that this Red Hat Consulting Services asked me. So they asked that you have 5 definitions under the definition node of enterprise structure. You have 5 things. So apart from plant, location, and division, what's the 4th or 5th thing? So I told them locations. So today I answered what is locations. So can you tell me what is locations? What does a location signify? Under the enterprise structure, let me share my screen. Under this enterprise structure, 1 second, you have this definitions, then logistics general. Sorry, not this. This is assignment definition, logistics general. You have this location. What does this mean? I told you today. On purpose, I told you that. Guru Raj, Rajkumar, anything? Okay, we can go here. You can check. So this is just a PM entity. I told you this is a plant entity where work is performed. You can assign the master data objects related to plant, asset master, equipment, function location, work center, and production resource tool. This is nothing but a entity, plant entity. Okay. So just remember this for your interviews. Okay, next. One more question I wanted to ask is from P2P special procurements. So under special procurements, you might remember pipeline procurement. So who remembers pipeline? Rajkumar, Gururaj, anyone?
November, yeah.
Yeah, pipeline, right? So we create a material called pipe, Pipe.
Yeah.
Why don't we make a PO for pipe?
Because there is no need for because it's not storable or anything, so that's why we didn't create any PO and GR or something.
But I created a material, right? I created a material type. It should create some storage location. It should go to some store location. Why is it not getting stored?
I guess it's only like reading kind of thing, like material like a gas pipeline or like something electricity meter
Logically,
something.
you are correct. But tell me in the system why I am not having the stock and still I'm able to consume. You are logically correct. That is the material that is flowing from the pipe. It is
Yeah.
not needed to be stored, and the price will change dynamically per day.
Okay.
You're correct on that point. But my question is something different. My question is why I don't have a stock and still I'm able to consume. I gave you the hint. We created a material pipe. There's a configuration that you're missing in the material type.
I guess if we use pipe material, there is
Okay, I'll answer it for you. So
yeah.
in the material type, there is a thing called quantity update and value update. So what this quantity update and value update means, per material type, you can set which material will have the quantity and the value. So you might remember the RTP process. I gave the RTP session again. So in the RTP, I explained it very briefly that in the RTP material, we'll only check the quantity update and the value update will be blank. Per material type, you can set the ticks, the configuration ticks that is needed to maintain by us as functional consultants. Okay, next question will be from OBYC. So you remember OBYC, right? So in OBYC, we have a thing called validation grouping code, right? So what does validation grouping code signify? If you answer this, my next question will be a little tricky. What does validation grouping code means? Rajkumar, Gururaj, anything? Like, just tell me what's in the back of your head. Okay, so validation grouping code is it is assigned per plant. Okay, so there is an assignment of plant and the validation grouping code. So what we do is per plant we make a validation area. That validation area is grouped together with a code, validation grouping code. So let's say you have a plant in Delhi and you have a plant in Chennai. Now the Delhi plant will have a different accounting level, accounting GLs. Okay, so our validation is based on the plant and the company code. So we can separate the validation grouping on the basis of the company code or the plant. So if our two plants in the same company code have different valuation and our valuation is on the plant level, then per valuation area we can change the accounting. The valuation class will be same. The valuation class will be same. Just the valuation grouping code will be different. So let's say I have a raw material ROH. Now I have a GL of 2000 that I want to procure for the Delhi plant. But my Chennai plant is using the GL head of 4000 for the same material to procure in their location. So now two GLs of different series will come into the picture based on the requirement of the client. So we'll have all the GLs, we'll only map the valuation class and the GL accounts will be mapped in the OBYC. That is one thing. Okay. OBYC done and pricing procedure done. Okay, so in the pricing procedure, one more question I wanted to ask. What is accrual? In the access sequence, there is one thing called accrual. What does accrual mean? I gave a very short introduction of Accrual. In Anjali's session, I told what Accrual is. Okay, I think you might not know this. So there are two things. One is Accrual and one is deferral. So what Accrual is, so what deferral is, deferral will include all the tax and all the liabilities that will be there. So it will be there. But deferral is not used in the conditions. So Accrual is like if you want to sub bifurcate the cost. Okay, let's say you have freight costs. Okay, you have FR1 or FRE or FDC. So how will you bifurcate? Okay, so we have FR1. FR1 is for freight, or FRL is the key. Then you have different accounting keys in the same. Like GBB has VBR, GBB has VAX or ZOB. All these are consumption keys, right? So under the freight, if you want to sub bifurcate, so you will use the Accrual key. The Accrual key will sub bifurcate your cost and it will land to these costs. So one thing that I have used is FRE and FDC. So FRE is our freight key and FDC is our landed cost. Landed cost means the cost will automatically increase the moving average of the material master when the GR or the IR invoicing is done. Okay, that is one thing. And there is also one thing I want to introduce you to. Recently, I've worked on that, so I want you guys to know this. This is nothing related to you guys, but let's go to this Bing. I have this Bing here. So let's go check Treds. TREDS. LERP software. So this is one functionality that most of this guys will not do. Treds software. Okay, so there is one thing called Treds. I'm not sure it is there or not. Treds Global AI. Okay, let's go here. I want to show you this invoice first. Open Zoom. How to zoom this? Okay, there's a concept called e-invoicing. Okay, so this e-invoicing is a part I wanted to show you guys also, other guys also. So this e-invoicing is what? Let's say I'm a vendor. I'm a MSME vendor. Okay, so MSME vendor in India, this SME means small, medium, and small and micro enterprises are needed to be paid within 45 days of the vendor invoice being raised. If the businesses don't pay them, if our client doesn't pay them, then they'll have to face some penalties. So to avoid this, the government of India came with a Treds platform. So Treds platform, I think I need to search Treds platform, TREDS platform. So what they do is, yeah, trades receivable and discounting system. So this is the Treds system for digital payment. So what they do is they will ask the banks that we will only use your system if you put a bidding. So they will put the lowest cost for financing. So what financing means, we will have MSME industries, medium, small, and micro enterprises. They will always be there. They'll ask for the early payment. So if you ask for early payment, let's say I raise the bill, I want the payment on the next day, but my client is not having the funds right now, they'll pay me after 40 days or 45 days. So to avoid the latency in the payment transactions for the vendor part, because these MSME needs fuel up, like fueling up means they need money to survive, right? If they don't get money on time, 45 days credit limit is very, very long. So the client will deploy this system setup. They will do it for free. Then they will This for micro and small, they will use 45 days, and for medium enterprises, they will have 180 days. Okay, so 180 days is a very long term. So what they'll do is they will have the system of threads. What this thread does is they will onboard the banks. The bank will do bidding that we will provide the lowest interest for the vendors. The vendors will get paid. Okay, and all the liabilities in SAP after this financing team is done, accounting team is done, they will transfer it to Threads company. For every early payment, they will charge something from the vendor. For every late payment by our client, by the company that we are working for every late payment, the company will pay something to the Threads. Okay, so they are making money from the both ends, Threads, and that is why they are delivering this for free. For every company, they are delivering it for free, right? So you can also check the advantage of Threads. So this is one thing that I've worked on recently. I think last month or like 17-18 days before, I had a meeting with 5 teams of Threads. Okay, so they have different banking solutions. Okay, so it's a fintech related that is related to ERP. That is one thing that I wanted to share with you guys. Okay, let's wind up this session. If you have any doubts, please ask.
No, it's fine.
Okay, sure, fine. Thank you, Raj. Thank you, Rajkumar. Thank you, Guru Raj.
Yeah, thank you, Aman. Bye.